Now Wayne joins us live from Auburn with more. Hey, Nat, I'd love to use this as inspiration for next year.
One way to put it. It's so... Yes, it is. It's basically like, I feel like every room is like an art installation, right? So we're here in the Nightmare Before Christmas room. Now, that is actually a Christmas tree. Tony put chicken coop wire on, like, around it and then covered up with the, like, lights and all the white fabric. And then Sally right here is actually a mannequin, and her son, her top elf, made her. And they're telling me that, you know, details are important. They spent several days getting the size of her head correct. Now, we don't have much time, so I want to try to get to at least a few of the other rooms. So we come down here to the bedroom. This is Tony and her husband's bedroom. I felt bad. We kicked him out. He was sleeping. But we need to see this room because it's basically all these tiny villages right up the front of the house. And it's just... like we've been calling it basically Tony's Winter Wonderland, and you can see why. They have like 3 or 4 trees out here. She was saying this is a downside. They were living in a house out in Loomis before, and she said at one point a home there, because the ceilings were so tall, they had 18 trees. Can you believe that? But she said, so this is actually a little bit easier for her to manage, and she really gets into all the details here. So this is this room. Now, we want to head back to the center of the room. So we'll pass Queen Elizabeth here. And I also wanted to mention, so they had a massive party last night. And if it wasn't enough for, you know, Tony to invite everybody into her home right now, she also collected all these toys that she's going to be donating to the UC Davis Children's Center sometime today, later this week. They'll be getting dropped off. And finally, we are in what we're now calling, thanks to Jeff, he's good with the names. This is Heaven's Christmas. There's like a ton of angels in here, and I just wanted to tie that in with Tony real fast. Can you tell us, how does this all come together? We were talking about the creative process for you.
It just comes. I'll be inspired by maybe a color or a flower or an angel, and I wait.
It just spills out.
It's terrible, but that's what it does.
Oh gosh, I wish I had that sort of creative like process. I'm always kind of like, what do I do? What do I do?
I know.
Oh, but it's beautiful. And the last thing I want to mention, I have to give a shout out to Top Elf. This is Jeff. This is her son. And I think, actually, you tell the story. So this is something special for the two of you.
This is basically a sign.
Tony, don't run away. She's trying to run away.
This is kind of the time that when you walk into Disneyland, you see this sign underneath the archway, and it just kind of explains what you get when you get to my mom's house. I mean, any time of the year, really. It's just, this is who she is, and this is kind of what she does. She creates a fantasy, world for people that you don't really get to get, and you get to, see all the time, so it's nice.
It's so cool. So in case anybody doesn't know, because I feel like Cody's the only one who probably knows this message by heart, it says, here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. Yes. I feel like that is very much appropriate.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tony, for inviting us into your fun. I know, Tony was just like, I'm just tired, forgive my tears. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful experience.
Awesome.
You share your tears with the world. So, I'm glad we got to experience this with you. Thank you so much for inviting us to your home. We'll send it back to you guys.
It's amazing. It looks like a magazine.
Now I think we need to go back and help her take all that down after the holiday.